From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
Right now on the Afternoon Edition, a lockdown finally lifted in Union City. New details on what went on during a standoff and shooting that left an Alameda County Sheriff's deputy injured. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Ann Makovic in for Ryan Yamamoto. And any minute now, authorities in Union City are going to be holding a press conference on the investigation. But we did just learn some new details for you. This all unfolded at around 1:30 in the afternoon yesterday when deputies in the area of Dow Avenue were serving an eviction notice when somebody opened fire. One deputy was hit in the arm and rushed to the hospital. He is expected to survive. Officers and SWAT teams worked throughout the night to try to get a suspect out of that building. Now, that is the sound of what we believe is a flashbang grenade, often used before police go into a building. That happened just after midnight. And around 3:30 this morning, Union City police say that there was no longer a threat to the public. Well, just in the last 10 minutes or so, police released an update saying SWAT operators found 2 people dead at that location. They appear to have self-inflicted gunshot wounds, and police believe they were responsible for the shooting of the deputy. Nobody else was found inside. Police still not releasing the name of the deputy because of the active investigation. But we're going to bring you more updates throughout the afternoon as we get them. Other stories we're following this afternoon. The man accused of killing tech executive Bob Lee was back in court in San Francisco this morning. Lawyers for Nima Momeni are hoping to change the venue of the murder trial. They say the jury pool has been tainted. Trial is set to start in March. Momeni has pleaded not guilty. In San Francisco, thousands of PG&E customers woke up in the dark this morning. PG&E says more than 8,000 homes and businesses were impacted in this power outage. Happened in the Sunset District and around Golden Gate Park. Crews were able to turn those lights back on just before 9. And in Alameda County, hundreds of volunteers were out on the streets early this morning taking an annual census of the county's homeless population. That data will help the county secure funding and resources to help the unhoused. But it's not a simple head count. Volunteers also trying to tally those who suffer from substance abuse or mental health problems. Joining me live now, Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao. Mayor, you were out there yourself this morning. Do you think that those numbers are going to go up or down from the last count?
Well, let me start off by just saying that my thoughts and prayers are with the deputy that was shot. In regards to the count, we are expecting to see an increase for multiple different reasons. One of the strongest reasons is because in 2022, when this count was last conducted, it was more from I would like to call it a bird's eye point of view, where we weren't actually connecting with people one-on-one and asking questions, but we were looking from afar due to the pandemic and guesstimating how many people were, let's say, in an RV, in a vehicle, or in an encampment. And so we will see that this is a more accurate number, and this accurate number will be able to utilize to draw down resources from the state and the federal government. But I do intend on seeing an increase.
Okay, and what can the city do better about this ever-increasing problem?
You're right. There needs to be more connectivity with cities and counties. Each of us, we hold different pots of funding that comes down from the state and the federal level. I think that there needs to be more flexibility with cities being able to utilize their dollars so that we can put it into infrastructure or wraparound services. But it'll take all of us, from more Section 8 vouchers tied to housing, for the ability to actually put in modular housing for immediate, so that we can see our immediate returns, making sure that families and children are being housed. We have our transitional age youth we're seeing that are sleeping from couch to couch too, and so there are multiple different variables that we have to really start implementing the groundwork now so that we can see relief in the near future.
All right, that certainly would be welcome. Let's talk about the city's crime problem now. Recently, the Hegenberger corridor has been getting a lot of attention. We had the In-N-Out announcing plans to close, and the city talking about stepping up police patrols in the area. But we've been talking with business owners and workers who say they just don't feel safe there. What is the solution to that? What is the city going to do to try to keep businesses in Oakland?
Well, last week I was at the White House meeting with the leadership of the newly established Office of Gun Violence Prevention to discuss federal support for the city of Oakland. One of the strategies that was of mutual interest was Operation Ceasefire. As you know, we were able, right when my first year coming in, I found the money to actually put forward an audit. And so now we have the product of the audit, and it's stated in the states that, there are many things that have been undone that was actually working when we saw a huge decrease between 2012 and 2019 of homicides and property crimes. And so I'm proud to announce that we are resurrecting this strategy. And for multiple different reasons. In the previous administration, the strategy was broken apart a little bit, and mainly be due to the pandemic. The pandemic did cause a lot of, different things to untangle. And so what we're doing under this administration is we're going to move forward to put things back together. And there was a remarkable 42% reduction in homicides in 2012 to 2017. And so we're excited to see the numbers of property crimes and homicides drop in the city of Oakland as we are re-implementing Operation Ceasefire.
Okay, but Operation Ceasefire is more aimed at the violent crimes, the shooting. As for the property crimes, no matter the number, everybody has seen car break-ins in Oakland or been a victim themselves. I have. What can we do to convince businesses that there's some hope that their customers, their employees aren't going to get hit again?
You're absolutely right. Operation Ceasefire, we are focusing on those who are going to commit violent crimes, gangs and groups. And so I want to be very clear that our gangs and groups on our streets now are not doing what we traditionally would think, whether it's selling drugs on the corner or what have you. No, it has switched to actually our gangs and groups are actually the ones that are doing the bipping, right? Breaking into our car windows, actually committing the property crimes. And this is why you're seeing that the property crimes have become a little bit more violent because these are the gangs and the groups. And so again, Operation Ceasefire will be able to target these gangs and groups. And as we start seeing the decline in homicides, we also start seeing the decline in property crimes. This is the same strategy that we implemented, that we saw the same results, down comes in homicide and also property crime. So it's the same small group of people, especially in this time and age where we're seeing a lot of electronics are being taken to fencing rings, and they're being shipped out to different countries to be sold. And so we know that our gangs and groups are hyper-focused on this type of crime, which is a lot of our property crimes now. And so this is, I am very optimistic that this will be helpful in regards to property crimes and in our homicides.
All right. It is such a tangled web. Just hoping something is going to make a dent in the problem. Mayor Tao, thanks for your time this afternoon.
Thank you so much.